So recently, I just finished reading the book Atomic Habits, which mostly goes over the four laws of creating a good habit and how to break a bad habit. And I've been mostly rereading and reviewing one of the habits from the third law. And it states, automate your habits, invest in technology and one-time purchases that lock in future behavior. The reason why I mainly focused on it at first is because knowing that you can just do one thing, one action, and you could just benefit immediately over time on maybe a goal or a future habit, it can actually make progress grow and not stall. Now, after thinking about it for a bit, I noticed that for me, I was keeping up with my habits, but I wasn't really consistent with them at times when I thought I would be. Because I will be doing what I need to do, but I'll be doing them without recognizing at what time. So, example, I could be doing a task at like in the morning, 9:30 in the morning. The other one at like doesn't make sense because time is valuable. So, after doing some research, I decided to use an online habit tracker. Even though I already knew my habits from my head, I just wanted to make sure that I was consistent with it in my time management. And to be honest, I feel like I have made more growth in this past week using this habit tracker than any other week that I have done my work. Let me explain. What I would say about a habit tracker, it does not only help with just you being consistent in itself, you to actually understand what you're doing at the moment, to be conscious of where you are. As things like goals you want to reach, assignments that you have to do, and even relaxing. It all seems more easier to do than you forcing yourself to do it, than you forcing yourself to do work at a random time. It moreover improves time management and mostly grows, as I said, a conscious on what you're actually doing at the moment. One thing that most people don't really understand now, it will be understanding what they're doing at the moment. Because I feel at times some of us, we kind of get distracted a bit. Most of the time, we have habits that makes us do things that can delay or even push back actual progress for us to make. For example, let's say you have a goal on making a business, right? Instead of actually brainstorming, thinking on what to do and working on it daily, maybe just like 1 or 2 hours every day, you instead decide to spend time either A, doom scrolling, or B, watching content that does not support your interest in becoming a business owner. The good thing about a habit tracker, that from my, is that when you list out all your habits, all things you want to do, it becomes automatic. It becomes your playing field. You can set up habits directly at any time that you know can benefit you in getting to that mode of maybe starting that business you want to have. There's some habits that I have now thought of, and then I put it on my habit tracker so I know that I need to do it, and I made sure that habit is directly supporting what I want to achieve. For me, I have habits listed out that directly support focus and time management, as that's a habit and goal that I'm trying to achieve. I automatically mind focus on building a habit without putting any pressure on my mind to do a random habit, to force a good habit, if you know what I mean. So, in summary, it doesn't put pressure on your mind. You understand what you need to do, and without even thinking, you're making progress. Without even forcing yourself to do it, you're automatically making your mind think undo. Just a habit alone can remove most, and if not all, of your excuses that you have built up for yourself. And because it mostly takes away those distractions, it also clears up another thing that most do get wrong when it comes to acting in general. Now with habit tracker, just trying to improve without it in general. And I love how a habit tracker does cover this, as most people do get lost without the step. And that is actually seeing and understanding your progress. Probably all of us right now. Probably all of us right now watching this video has once given up on a goal because no matter how many times we put the work in, when we don't see visible progress immediately, when we don't see progress that we can see, we just lay that habit or go on the ground and don't look at it again, aka quit. How most people's goals and even dreams are gone because of this, genuinely, because you could have made actual genuine progress and growth that is valuable for you, but instead, just because you don't see it, you give it up, losing the foundation that you have built that could have actually pushed you to do it better than you would have done. A habit tracker shows how many times you complete the habit that you have planned out to do. You can see day after day. I have different habits set out for every single day of the week. So I can remind myself to do that task, to do that habit, so I won't be lost. You can see day after day how many times you did the habit, how many times you didn't. And the good thing is that once you get a full month in and you check and you look back on your progress, you will see actual genuine growth that you have put on yourself. Because just based off the information alone, that can help you seeing what are you being consistent with and what are you not being consistent with, and what can you do to be more consistent. It's that you're not really up to date with. It actually helps to be consistent, knowing that you're actually seeing what you're doing. It doesn't make you feel like you're just hitting a brick wall every time, which directly links you to actually winning the day because you are seeing the small wins and effort putting in every single day. Which is the last thing which I've learned from using a habit tracker. It makes you appreciate the small wins. Every time you do a habit, every time you check off a task or goal that you have planned out with the habit tracker, you get a sense of accomplishment. For me, I have felt that many times once I completed it. Everything that I needed. It's like a sense of you knowing that you are able to do it, which builds up more confidence for you to use. Now that you know what the power of a habit tracker is and affected me as well a bit, I do want to give you some practical tips on how you can use it for yourself so you won't kind of mess up with it. It's not much, but it will definitely improve how you go with a habit tracker. So you don't just put like 3 habits and never change it for like 2 years. No, you want to be consistent with your growth. So for the first thing, don't make a habit like a freebie habit. What I mean by this, don't make a habit that's literally takes 2 seconds to do. If you're not actually putting in some time into actual habits, you're not seeing actual growth. You may feel like you're making growth, but it may just be very little when you can definitely do way more. Please don't make a habit freebie and actually make sure that it takes time and effort for you to do. Speaking of putting in the effort, the second thing I want you to do, have around 2 to 3 habits that are challenging, that align for goal. Because let's say if you have a goal of making a business, I don't want you to spend 10 minutes every day only when you know you can put more. But I would say put it like around an hour, maybe 90 minutes. Your goal should have these types of habits where it takes a lot of time, but you know it's going to give out a very good reward later on. And the last tip, ensure that your habits align with what you want to do. It's pretty self-explanatory, but you don't want to spend doing random habits that you know it's not benefiting you at all. So please make sure that every habit that you put, ask yourself, is this habit going to benefit me and my goals, or is it going to delay my goals? Just that question alone can help you remove so much habits that are unnecessary. It can help you lay the foundation for good habits that can genuinely build you up. A habit tracker does all of this, or finds all the mistakes that you usually make, and helps you to be consistent and actually understand what you're doing with yourself at the moment. With a habit tracker, I guarantee you that you will definitely make progress, genuine progress. Once you're consistent with a habit tracker long enough, you will see definite win in your life, like a big win for you. So please start using a habit tracker now, as without it, you could make progress, but you won't know exactly how you're doing. You always want to track, because if you don't track your actual progress, you're not going to understand where you are right now. Oh no, that's all I had to say for today. So make sure to work out what I needed to. So start using a habit tracker. Please be consistent with it. A habit tracker not only actually gives confidence for yourself, but actual understanding that you need to do what's needed to be done. But genuine understanding that you need to do what needs to be done. That way you're not wasting time doing mindless things and mindless habits and actually working towards the things that you actually want to achieve. Okay. Thanks for watching, and I will see you, my friend, in the next one. Peace.